So I thought you might find this funny. This is the bracket that was holding the front of the loader on the tractor. They wallered out the holes that were there, put it through the pivot bolt, or the lower bolt that holds the mower deck engagement PTO in place. And it was literally doing this. What the heck? What is even that? The ignition doesn't shut the tractor off. That's the only issue I see right now. Otherwise, it runs pretty stinking good. I won't say it's done, because it's not, but does it run, and is it hot? Well, still just tinkering on this thing, trying to figure all the quirks out. That is now a 4-blade fan. I don't know when the 5th blade broke off. Luckily, 4 is better than 3. It doesn't really matter that much if it's out of balance, I don't think, because this thing doesn't spin fast enough to matter, and that fan's aluminum, so it weighs like 10 ounces anyway. I don't think it's really going to throw it off. I'm working on tightening up the hubs, even after me putting some torque down on these bolts and straightening out the key and everything. They're still a little bit sloppy, but it's been taken care of by somebody, and it's been neglected by somebody, or lots of somebody, so I'm still tweaking on it. I did find, I threw the 70 hood on it, but it's actually, mAtEr's actually grill. It's my Hydrotrack 14 grill, which is the only one I ever had came off of mAtEr. And it was that kind of antique white color. So meet mAtEr 2.0. And while I'm working on the wheels, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some big meaty eggs on this thing, and it'll start really looking like mAtEr. You know, originally mAtEr was even better because like the fenders had been painted and then rusted. So I might have to do some patina paint, you know, patina paint on the fenders and the frame, kind of like drip some paint down and wash it off with lacquer thinner and let it rust a little bit to try to make it look more like mAtEr was. And I got to find that big hook, because mAtEr ain't mAtEr without the big hook in the trailer hitch. Well, finding out more odd things with this hydro. These hubs have been spun around and around and around many times. The keys have been changed. This particular key was actually too long, so it was bent up on the end. And this side of the transmission is leaking because whoever did the last oil change on it actually filled it with hydraulic fluid. So hydraulic fluid is actually really thin. It's only slightly more viscous than power steering, or less viscous than power steering fluid, but about a little bit thicker than transmission fluid. So that's been weeping out of this seal. I'm probably not going to try to change the seal right now, only because this thing is so gacked. If I try to change it, I'm just going to destroy the new seal. So what I am going to do, not today, but soon, is drain out the differential and put 85-140 gear oil in it, because that's what's supposed to be in it, 80-90 or 85-140. Nice thick gear oil, because this part of the transmission is geared. This is the hydraulic part of it with the pump and everything in here. So that's where I'm at. Well, my battery's just about to die. Oh, you know what though? Let me do something here. This center link is bent, so I'm gonna have to straighten it out to get it to work properly, but let's go do a little field trip here. Put this in my bucket of parts. Let's see. Ah, yes. Cast the Bel Air. This is what makes mAtEr. mAtEr. You gotta have the ToW to get the ToW. And I just flicked a tick off me. Not fun. I hate ticks with a vengeance and a passion. I can't leave that there for too long. I don't think anybody's gonna come into my yard, but this thing took me way longer to get back to where I wanted it than I anticipated. Now it's mAtEr 2.0, because now I got the ToW back. Yes. The seat, while comfortable, is annoying because you sit up so high I can barely touch the clutch, so that's definitely going to come off and get sold. But, you know, this thing is definitely a little worn. I mean, I put a new key in the steering wheel and it's still wicked floppy, so I still may change that out for the 76 wheel, which would make it even a little bit more unique. But now I got the track chiefs on the back and the D-Stone 16 658s on the front. Let's see if I can take it for a little burn before my battery dies. I feel like I'm sitting on top of the world here. Fire's right up. Oops. Doesn't always stay running though. A little cold-blooded-ish. Right now, shutting the ignition off doesn't actually shut the tractor off, and neutral doesn't really go into neutral. So I think the hydro is going to need to be a little bit adjusted. And the clutch spring on this thing, while it's a hobby horse spring and it looks strong, it's not very strong. So I started driving up towards my septic system going up the hill, and oh, the tire scrubs. I'm going to have to massage the fenders a little bit then. Actually, just on that side. Maybe somebody sat on this, or because of the 3-point hitch arm, it's bent down a little bit. But yeah, I'll have to tweak that up a little. But yeah, I was trying to go up my septic system with it, and the hydro pump wasn't fully engaged because the clutch wasn't fully engaged. So while the clutch works fine, it doesn't disengage the hydro when you push it, and the spring isn't strong enough to fully disengage the clutch when you let off the pedal. Plus the clutch rod was like moved sideways. So yeah, that's gonna do it, man. Just about got her done. It's gonna need some tweaking still here and there, but I got it running and driving. That was my goal for today. I gotta clean up the rest of this stuff. This is that 76 wheel I was thinking of putting on it. Came off an ST12, 76 or 77. It might be a 77, but not sure if that one's gonna go on it or not. It might look okay. But yeah, loader's sitting up, waiting to be put on something else. This is the dash I took off mAtEr. It's all broken on the bottom, even though it's an aluminum dash. So this will probably get put on something I sell just as a project tractor. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out so far. And now I got another 68 Super 12 grill and hood for another project, which makes me happy. I'll end up putting these up in the rafters of my garage until I do something with it, but nice straight hood, good grill. I do have a side piece for one of those grills, I believe, so you're ready to go. Man, I feel like I got ticks crawling in my hair. I need to go take a shower. I feel gross. And this thing is a little bit heavier than I thought. It's probably more like 70 or 80 pounds because I tried to lift it up and it's pretty heavy. So it's gonna stay right there for now. I got these 23 850 Armstrong tires too. I think one of them's tubed. I don't know if they both are. That one's definitely tubed. You can tell by the way the valve stem looks. Put that in the garage. And what about this one? This one's tubed as well. Oh, so that's good. So even though these tires are a little bit cracked, they're already tubed. So those will last. Put them on something or put them on something I'm selling, I'm not sure. But that's going to finish out this video. Very pleased that I got mAtEr 2.0 working, driving. It's not done yet, but we'll get there. And I'm very happy with it. So thanks for watching Cranky Motorsports. Have a great day. Keep tractoring.